I woke to a steady beep and a burning ache behind my eyes. "Ethan? Ethan, can you hear me?" a woman cried. I blinked and stared at the ceiling. "Sir, a doctor said you were in an accident." I swallowed. "What accident?" I asked. The woman rushed closer. "It's me," she said, sobbing. "It's Lily." Something cold slid through my chest. I remembered everything. Our apartment, her laugh, the ring in my drawer. The lie rose before I could stop it. "I'm sorry," I whispered. "Who are you?" Silence fell. The doctor frowned. "Miss?" he asked. Lily froze. "I'm just a friend," she said softly. My heart cracked, but my face stayed empty. "A friend?" I repeated. "Yes," she said quickly. "We work together," a nurse murmured. "Possible memory loss." The doctor nodded. "Do you remember your name?" "Ethan," I said. Lily exhaled like she'd been holding her breath. "Do you remember me?" she asked. I shook my head slowly. "No," she flinched. "It's okay," she said, forcing a smile. "I'll help you." The doctor asked more questions. I answered carefully. "Do you feel pain?" "Everywhere," I said, and met my chest. "We'll run tests," he said. The nurse checked wires. Lily took my hand. I wanted to pull away. "You're safe," she whispered. I studied her eyes. They wouldn't meet mine. "How long have we been friends?" I asked. She hesitated. "A while." "Years?" I pressed. "Yes," she said, too fast. The nurse glanced at her. "You should rest," the nurse said. Lily nodded. "I'll be back," Lily promised. "I won't leave." When she stepped out, the room felt colder. The doctor leaned close. "Memory gaps can heal," he said. I nodded. Inside, I made a vow. I would not rush. I would listen. I would watch. If she chose to lie, I would let her. Truth always slips eventually. The nurse returned and said, "Try to rest." I nodded again. My head throbbed. Lily peeked back inside. "Are you okay?" she asked. "I don't know," I said. "Should I know you?" She swallowed. "We met at work," she said. "You're kind. Was I?" I asked. She replied. The doctor cleared his throat. "Give him space." Lily lingered. "I'll come tomorrow," she said. "Please do," I answered. She smiled, relieved. When she left, the nurse whispered, "She's scared." "Why?" I asked. The nurse paused. "People fear forgetting," she said. I closed my eyes. I replayed her pause, her words, her hands shaking. I felt anger, but I buried it. "Can I be alone?" I asked. "Of course," the nurse said. Machines hummed. I breathed slowly. I chose silence. I chose patience. If she thought I was broken, I would let her believe it. Every lie needs a listener. I would be that listener. For now, I would wait until the truth grew heavy in her mouth, until she said it without being asked, and when that moment came, I would finally decide who deserved my memory and who deserved my silence after all the lies settled and the machine stopped counting my heartbeats in that quiet room alone. Lily came every morning with flowers and a careful smile. She sat beside my bed and spoke like she was walking on glass. "Good morning, Ethan," she said softly. "Do you remember today?" I shook my head. "I don't think so," she nodded too quickly. "That's okay. Claire says your memory may come back slowly." "Claire?" I asked. "The nurse," Lily said, staring at her hands. Claire checked my vitals and smiled. "You're healing well," she said, then leaned closer and whispered, "You scared her badly." I frowned. "How?" Claire hesitated. "She cried nonstop after your accident." Lily laughed nervously. "I just worry," she said. "You always did," I replied, watching her tense. "Did I?" she asked. "You tell me." She talked about work, traffic, weather. She never said love. "You're important to me," she said one afternoon. "How important?" I asked. She swallowed. "You matter." I waited, but nothing followed. 4 years burned quietly in my chest. The ring stayed hidden. Each visit felt like losing her again. "Why won't you look at me?" I asked. She flinched. "I'm afraid of hurting you." "You already are," I thought, but stayed silent. Later, Claire said, "Sometimes people lie because the truth scares them." I stared at the ceiling. Lily wasn't confused. She was protecting something, or someone. I decided not to ask yet. I needed every lie first. I was discharged 2 days later. Lily insisted on helping me home. "You shouldn't be alone," she said. "I can manage," I replied. She stayed 20 minutes, maybe less. "I have errands," she said, already standing. Every day? I asked. She forced a laugh. Just busy. After she left, the apartment felt louder than the hospital. On the fourth night, she came late. Her phone rang while she poured water. She glanced at the screen and froze. I have to take this, she said. An emergency? I asked. Work, she replied, turning away. Her voice softened. I'll be right back. The door closed. I waited 10 seconds, then followed. She walked fast, heels clicking. I stayed behind, heart pounding. At the corner, she stopped. A man stepped from the shadows. Ryan, she said. My stomach dropped. He smiled. You okay? He asked. I was worried, she whispered. He pulled her into a hug. She didn't resist. I hid near a parked car. My hands shook. He bought it, Ryan said. The whole memory thing. Lily exhaled. Don't say it like that, Ryan laughed. Relax. The accident worked out perfectly. I felt fire rip through my chest. Lily looked down. I feel horrible, she said. You should, Ryan replied, then kissed her. She didn't stop him. I trusted you, I thought, silent and invisible. Ryan spoke again. Once he's stable, we're clear. Lily nodded. He thinks I'm just a friend. Ryan smirked. Good. I backed away before they saw me. Each step felt unreal. Upstairs, I locked the door and slid to the floor. 4 years, I whispered. All of it before the accident. The truth settled heavy and sharp. They weren't confused. They were careful. And they believed I was broken. I wiped my face and stood. Fine, I said to the empty room. Let's play. I paced the living room. You okay? My phone buzzed. Daniel texted. I ignored it. I opened the drawer and touched the ring. Stupid, I muttered. I remembered Ryan's laugh. Perfectly, it echoed. I punched the wall and hissed. Breathe, I told myself. I sat on the couch and let the night sink in. They think I'm weak, I said aloud. They think I forgot. My chest tightened. Good, I whispered. Let them. My phone rang. Lily's name flashed. I answered slowly. Did you get home? She asked. Yes, I said. Are you alone? Yes, I replied. She hesitated. I'll come by tomorrow. No rush, I said. Rest, she added. I will, I lied. She hung up. I stared at the dark screen. You won't see me coming, I said. I lay back and closed my eyes. The image of them together burned. This isn't over, I promised. Not even close. I stood again. Tomorrow I learn everything, I said. Every lie. I imagined their faces when truth surfaced. My hands steadied. Fear faded. You wanted broken, I said. You got patient. Outside, traffic hummed. Life moved. I didn't sleep. I planned. Watch, I told the walls. Listen. I smiled without humor. The game has begun. I sat quietly, counting breaths, waiting for morning, for mistakes, for secrets to slip. They believed me broken. I would prove them wrong, slowly, carefully, until silence destroyed them. I kept acting fragile. Lily liked that. Ryan loved it more. He came over smiling. Hey man, he said. How's the head? Still foggy, I replied. What happened again? He paused. Car crash, he said. You saved me? I asked. He laughed. Something like that. I nodded and stayed quiet. Silence made him talk. You remember work? Ryan asked. Bits, I said. You're my boss? No, he said quickly. Mark is. Mark? I repeated. Yeah, he said. Good guy. He watched my eyes closely. I stared past him. Inside, I counted lies. At work, I played dumb. I'm Ethan, I told people. Nice to meet you. Mark Reynolds shook my hand. Take it slow, he said. You've been through hell. So I'm told, I answered. He smiled with pity. I smiled back. Lily stopped staying long. You need rest, she said. I don't want to overwhelm you. You never do, I replied. She flinched. I'm glad you're okay, she said, stepping back. I am too, I lied. Ryan checked in again. You sure you're fine? He asked. Fine enough, I said. Do we hang out? Sometimes, he replied. You trust me? I asked. He grinned. Of course, I memorized that grin. At night I argued with myself. Tell her, one voice said. Beg, another whispered. Expose them, anger urged. I sat on the couch and said nothing. Not yet, I told the room. Truth didn't need me to shout, it needed time. Ryan grew careless. Lily grew distant. I stayed patient. I'll heal, I told Mark. Good, he said. We believe in you, I nodded, acting grateful. Lily texted less. Busy, she wrote. Always, I replied. My chest burned, but my hand stayed steady. Let them think I'm weak, I said softly. Weak men get ignored, I decided then. No confrontations. No scenes. I won't break, I promised myself. I'll watch. Justice didn't need rage. It needed space to fall. I practiced forgetting. Lily tested it. Do you miss me? She asked once. Should I? I replied. She blinked. We were close. Friends, I said. She nodded. Right. Her voice shook. Ryan laughed louder later. You're convincing, he said. Am I? I asked. Yeah, he said. You seem harmless, I smiled. Mark called me in. Pressure okay? He asked. I can handle it, I said. Say so if you can't. I won't, I replied. Outside, Ryan slapped my shoulder. Proud of you, he said. Why? I asked. He didn't answer. At home I whispered plans. Slow, I reminded myself. Careful. I watched patterns form. Lies overlapped. Guilt leaked. They'll trip, I said. I won't push. My phone buzzed again. Lily wrote, Thank you for understanding. I typed, Anytime. I deleted nothing. I saved everything. When sleep came, I welcomed it. Weak men slept early. Sharp men waited. I stared at the ceiling. Remember nothing, I told myself. Tomorrow would test me again. Smile, I said. Listen, the truth would grow loud without my help. I closed my eyes, calm, prepared, and ready to let patience do the damage. I trusted time more than anger now. It never failed me before. I found the tablet while cleaning. Lily had left it behind, buried under a cushion. I powered it on and froze. Don't, I told myself. Put it back. I didn't. A message preview flashed. Ryan's name. My hands shook as I opened it. I miss you, Lily had written. Ryan replied, Soon, we won't have to hide. Dates stared back at me. Months before the accident. I scrolled slowly. He trusts you too much, Ryan joked. Lily answered, I know. It makes this harder. I swallowed. Harder? I whispered. Another message loaded. Once Ethan settles, we'll be free, Ryan wrote. Lily sent a heart. I sat on the floor. So I was already gone, I said. My chest tightened. I couldn't breathe. I kept reading. There were plans, apartments, trips, names for a dog. He'll never see it coming, Ryan said. Lily replied, I hate lying, but I choose you. Tears fell onto the screen. I didn't wipe them away. 4 years, I murmured. Erased. One screenshot stopped me cold. Ryan wrote, I kept him distracted long enough. Lily answered, That night still scares me. My vision blurred. The accident, I said. You were already together. I pressed my fist to my mouth and stayed silent. You're too kind, Lily had typed once. He believes everyone, Ryan replied. That's why this works. I laughed softly, broken. Too trusting, I said. That's what I was. My reflection stared back at me from the dark screen. I wanted to scream. I wanted to text them both. Instead, I kept reading. Every line cut, but every line cleared my head. You didn't fall, I told myself. You were pushed aside. When the messages ended, I sat there numb. I wasn't weak, I said aloud. I was loyal. The difference mattered. My breathing slowed. The pain didn't vanish, but it changed shape. I locked the tablet. I see you now, I whispered. Not them, me, the man who loved honestly. The man who survived betrayal without breaking. I wiped my face and stood. No more guessing, I said. No more doubt. That night I didn't sleep. I listened to the quiet and felt something new settle in my chest. Not rage, not despair, clarity. You replaced me before I fell, I said. Now I replaced denial. I set the tablet on the table like evidence. Thank you, I told it. You told the truth. I looked around the room and felt steadier. I know who you are now, I said, thinking of them. And I know who I am. I breathed deeply and spoke to the silence. You thought I was blind, I said. You thought kindness meant weakness. I picked up my phone and set it down again. Not tonight, I told myself. Tonight I learn. My hands stopped shaking. My mind sharpened. I won't rush, I said. I won't explode. The hurt was real, but it no longer owned me. I see patterns now, I whispered. I see choices I imagined their faces, confident and careless. Enjoy it, I said. I'm watching. I turned off the light and sat in the dark, steady, awake, and finally honest with myself. I promised myself patience would be my weapon and truth my shield, until the moment arrived and everything finally balanced at last now. I sat with the tablet in my hands and argued with myself. I could end it now. I could show Mark the messages. I could confront Lily and Ryan and watch everything burn. The thought felt sharp and tempting. Say it, a voice in my head urged. Expose them. Another voice answered. Walk away, I whispered. What do I want? The room stayed quiet. Lily arrived that afternoon. You look tired, she said. I didn't sleep, I replied. She sat across from me and folded her hands. I'm sorry, she said. For what? I asked. She looked down. For not being there enough. My chest tightened. That's it. I asked. I should have supported you more, she said. Not betrayal, not lies, just absence, I nodded slowly. I understand, I said. She smiled with relief. When she left, my choice was clear. I wouldn't scream. I wouldn't beg. I'll rebuild, I told myself. Quietly. The next morning I pushed harder in therapy. Again, I told the therapist. You're overdoing it, she warned. I'm waking up, I replied. Pain grounded me. Discipline returned. Daniel Harper called that night. You sound different, he said. Am I? I asked. Quieter, he replied. Something happened. I hesitated. I got hurt, I said. More than the accident? He asked. Yes, I answered. He waited. I was lied to, I said. By people I trusted. Do you want revenge? He asked. I paused. I want control, I said. Daniel exhaled. That's serious. I'm serious, I replied. We met for coffee. You need help? He asked. I need perspective, I said. Then focus on yourself, he said. Let them think you're weak, I smiled. They already do. Daniel studied me. You're not broken, he said. I know, I replied. I was just distracted. That night I trained my mind like my body. Stay calm, I told myself. Stay silent. I deleted drafts of messages I never sent. I planned routines. I planned patience. They underestimate me, I said. Good. I looked at my reflection and spoke clearly. This is the turning point. I felt fear fade. Resolve settled in its place. I won't destroy them, I whispered. I'll outgrow them. For the first time since the accident, I felt steady. The choice was made, and it felt like freedom. I sat down and let the weight of it settle. I didn't feel victorious. I felt focused. This is my line, I told myself. No more chasing. I picked up my phone and typed nothing. I opened my calendar and filled it with work, therapy, and quiet goals. Build first, I said. The anger tried to speak again. Later, I answered it. I remembered who I was before love blurred my edges. You survived before, I said. You'll thrive again. I lay back and closed my eyes. The future didn't scare me anymore. It waited. And this time I would walk toward it prepared, disciplined, and fully awake. I promised myself patience would guide me, silence would protect me, and growth would speak when lies collapsed. Because I finally understood strength was choosing progress over noise every single day, without fear, without apology, without looking back anymore now. Months passed. You're moving better, the therapist said. I'm thinking better too, I replied. Strength returned quietly. Confidence followed. At work, whispers traveled faster than emails. Did you hear? Someone asked. Lily and Ryan are official. I smiled politely. Good for them, I said. Inside I listened. Ryan grew loud. We should rush this project, he said in meetings. Mark frowned. That's risky. Ryan shrugged. Trust me, I watched, silent. Lily avoided my eyes. People stare, she whispered once. Why? I asked. They judge, she said. Do they? I replied. She bit her lip. Daniel met me for lunch. You're sharper, he said. I stopped doubting myself, I replied. Good timing, he said. There's an opening. Ryan wants it, I said. Daniel nodded. So do you. I won't fight, I said. I'll stand. Daniel smiled. That's fighting. Ryan cornered me later. You okay with everything? He asked. Everything, I said. Me and Lily. Why wouldn't I be? I replied. He searched my face. You're calm. Healing does that, I said. Lily watched us from across the room, nervous. Mark called me in. You've improved, he said. I'm focused, I replied. There's a promotion, he added. I know, I said. He raised an eyebrow. Interested? If you think I'm ready, I answered. He nodded slowly. I do. Ryan slammed his desk later. This is unfair, he said. Life is, I replied softly. He laughed without humor. You got lucky. I got patient, I said. Lily pulled me aside. Are you trying to prove something? She asked. Only to myself, I replied. Her hands trembled. People think I used you, she said. Do they? I asked again. She looked away. Ryan's stressed, she whispered. He should slow down, I said. He won't listen, she replied. That's his choice, I said. Weeks later, mistakes surfaced. We missed numbers, Mark said. Ryan blamed others. I stayed quiet. Daniel texted, You're next. I replied, I'm ready. When Mark announced the decision, the room fell silent. Ethan will lead, he said. Ryan stared at me. Lily covered her mouth. After Ryan hissed, You planned this. I showed up, I said. Lily whispered, I didn't expect this. Neither did I replied. I walked away steady. I didn't celebrate. I observed. That night, Daniel called. Power shifted, he said. I felt it, I replied. You didn't touch them, he said. I stopped moving aside, I answered. I looked at my hands, strong again. I'm not broken, I said aloud. They were nervous now. I was calm. Silence worked better than revenge. Control felt better than shouting. I slept easily, knowing patience was winning, and they felt it too. I was locking my office door when Ryan stepped in front of me. Stop pretending, he said. Pretending what? I asked. You're not broken, he snapped. You're playing dumb. I met his stare. I don't remember what you think I should. His jaw tightened. You remember enough, he said. You watch. You listen, I shrugged. That's recovery, he laughed sharply. Don't lie to me. I'm not, I replied. He stepped closer. You think you're clever. I think you're angry, I said. His voice rose. You stole my promotion, Mark chose, I said. Because you fooled him. Ryan said. You fooled everyone. Then why are you shouting? I asked. His hands shook. Because you ruined everything. I showed up, I said. That's all. Lily's voice came from the hall. What's going on? Ryan froze. Nothing, he said quickly. I looked past him. Lily's eyes moved between us. You're upset, she said to Ryan. Later, he snapped, then stormed off. Lily stayed. What was that? She asked. A misunderstanding, I said. She didn't believe me. He thinks you're lying, she said. About what? I asked. She hesitated. Your memory, I nodded. Do you think I am? Her fingers twisted together. I don't know anymore. That night she came to my apartment. Tell me the truth, she said. Do you remember? I watched her breathe. Only how it felt to trust you, I said, her face drained. Ethan, she whispered. That's not an answer. It's the only one I have, I replied. Her voice shook. I was scared. You chose, I said calmly. She swallowed. You're not helpless, she said. I never was, I answered. Silence stretched. How much do you know? She asked. I smiled faintly. Enough. She covered her mouth. You let me lie. You insisted, I said. Tears filled her eyes. I didn't think you'd see. I did, I replied. I just didn't react. She reached out. I stepped back. Don't, I said softly. She nodded, trembling. Ryan thinks you're dangerous, she said. He's afraid, I replied. So am I, she admitted. Good, I said. That means you're awake. When she left, my chest felt tight but steady. I hadn't raised my voice. I hadn't exposed anything. Yet the balance shifted. They felt it now. The mask had slipped, and they knew I was watching, waiting, and no longer pretending at all. I leaned against the wall and exhaled. Stay calm, I told myself. My phone buzzed. Daniel texted, Everything okay? I typed, Mask slipped. He replied, Be careful. I am, I answered. Later, Ryan messaged, We need to talk. No, I replied. Lily sent nothing. Silence spoke louder. They know, I said softly. They're scared, I welcomed that. Fear makes mistakes. I poured water and watched my hands. Steady. You didn't explode, I reminded myself. You didn't lie, I chose restraint. I chose time. I opened my calendar. Meetings. Deadlines. Progress. I whispered. Outside, voices echoed. Inside, control settled. Let them wonder, I said. Let them guess. I turned off the light. I remember enough, I told the dark. Not details. Not dates. Just truth. You can't unsee me now, I said. The tension tightened, sharp and electric. I smiled once, calm and certain. Tomorrow, they would crack. I noticed the shift before anyone announced it. Ryan stopped smiling. Mark called meetings that felt heavy. One morning he said, "We're reviewing last quarter." Ryan laughed too loud. I stayed quiet. Daniel texted me, "It's happening." I replied, "Let it." Emails followed. Questions piled up. Ryan snapped at people. It wasn't me. Numbers didn't match. Dates overlapped. Old messages surfaced. I recognized words I'd read before. Mark asked me privately, "Did you know?" I shook my head. "I didn't send anything," I said. That was true. Lily came to my office shaking. "Can we talk?" she asked. "About what?" I said. She closed the door. "They're blaming Ryan," she whispered. "I know," I said. She frowned. "I didn't think it would go this far," she said. "Far enough to tell the truth?" I asked. She cried. "I was confused," she said. "You chose," I replied. She covered her face. "I didn't mean to hurt you, but you did," I said. She stepped closer. "I miss you," she whispered. I felt hollow. "You miss safety," I said. She flinched. "Ryan's panicking," she said. "Actions have weight," I replied. She looked at me like a stranger. "Do you still care?" She asked. I paused. "I care about truth," I said. She sobbed. "I should leave him," she said. "That's your choice," I answered. She waited. I didn't move. I didn't hold her. "I won't fix this," I said. She nodded slowly. Later, Ryan was called in again. Voices rose behind glass. Daniel texted. "He's done," I replied. "Karma speaks." Lily messaged me once more. "I never meant to replace you." I typed nothing. Silence felt honest. I watched consequences unfold without touching them. For the first time, their fear wasn't mine. I breathed easily. Truth didn't need me. It moved on its own. I sat back and let it happen. I stayed late, listening to the office quiet. Mark called me again. "Thank you for your patience," he said. "I didn't interfere," I replied. "You didn't need to," he said. Ryan walked past my desk later. "Happy now?" he hissed. "I'm calm," I said. "You planned this," he spat. "You planned yourself," I replied. He clenched his jaw. "This isn't over," he said. "It already is," I answered. He stormed away. Lily stood by the elevator. "I'm scared," she said. "I was too," I replied. "Why didn't you stop me?" She asked. "You didn't want stopping," I said. She wiped her tears. "I don't know who I am now," she whispered. "Figure it out," I said. She nodded and stepped inside. The doors closed. I felt empty but lighter. Daniel called as I drove home. "It's done," he said. "Yes," I replied. "Are you okay?" he asked. "I'm free," I said. At home I sat in the dark. I didn't feel victorious. I felt finished. Karma didn't roar. It whispered. I listened. I poured water and spoke softly. "No more running," I said. I set my phone down. The truth had moved without my hands. I respected that. For once, justice felt quiet. I breathed and let it stay that way. I turned off the light and slept, knowing nothing else needed my voice anymore. The silence finally felt earned, complete, and heavier than any revenge I imagined. She came late, eyes red. "I can't do this anymore," Lily said. "Sit," I replied. She shook her head. "Tell me," I said. "Everything," she cried. I lied from the start. "I know," I said. She froze. "You know?" "Yes," she whispered. "Did you ever lose your memory?" I waited. "No," I said. I remembered everything. Her breath broke. "Since the hospital?" "Since I opened my eyes." She collapsed onto the couch. "Why didn't you stop me?" She sobbed. "You didn't want stopping," I said. "I was scared," she said. "You chose," I replied. She grabbed my arm. "Say you hate me." "I don't," I said. "That's worse," she cried. "Ryan lost his job," she whispered. "I know," I said. "He blames you," she said. "He should blame himself," I replied. She shook. "We're over," she said. You were over before, I answered. She looked at me. Was any of it real? My love was, I said. Yours changed. She covered her face. I destroyed everything. You revealed it, I said. Silence stretched. Do you feel nothing? She asked. I feel empty, I said. But free. She reached for me. Please, she begged. Don't, I said gently. I can't be your safety again. She nodded slowly. I ruined us, she said. You ended us, I replied. She stood unsteady. I'm sorry, she said. I know, I answered. At the door, she asked, What happens now? You live with truth, I said. She left crying. I sat alone. I didn't celebrate. I didn't smile. I breathed. The weight lifted quietly. Ryan was gone. Lily was gone. Lies were gone. My phone buzzed. Daniel said, He's fired. I heard, I replied. You okay? I'm done, I said. I looked around the room. She finally called me her boyfriend, I whispered. Too late. I stood and opened the window. I'm free, I said aloud. No anger followed. Only space. I turned off the light and let the silence stay. I stayed there listening to my heart slow. This is real, I told myself. The past didn't argue back. I replayed every pause, every lie, every choice. You survived, I said. I felt tired, not broken. My phone stayed silent. I didn't chase it. I thought of the ring, the plans, the future that never arrived. Release it, I whispered. The room felt lighter. I sat up straight. Tomorrow matters, I said. I poured water and drank slowly. No more pretending, I promised. I wasn't angry anymore. I wasn't hoping either. I was present. I stood and looked at my reflection. You're enough, I said. The words stayed. I lay down and closed my eyes. For the first time, sleep came without fear, without questions, without waiting for someone else to decide my worth or direction. I breathed once more and let the night take over. I knew endings could be quiet. I welcomed that. Nothing chased me now. Nothing owned me. I whispered goodbye to what I was, and hello to who I was becoming, steady, honest, and finally responsible for my own peace alone, without fear, regret, or needing anyone else again. I packed one suitcase and stood in the empty apartment. That's it, I said. Daniel called. You leaving today? Yes, I replied. You sure? He asked. I'm ready, I said. He paused. You did the right thing. I know, I answered. That's new. He laughed softly. Proud of you. Thank you, I said. At the station, my phone buzzed. Lily's name. Please talk to me, she wrote. I didn't reply. Another message followed. I miss you. I locked the screen. Missing isn't love, I said quietly. The train arrived. I stepped inside without looking back. Later, Mark called. We want you to take the offer, he said. Different city, better role. I accept, I replied. You earned it, he said. I learned, I answered. Daniel texted again. New start suits you. It does, I replied. Claire messaged that night. I heard you're moving, she wrote. Take care of yourself. Thank you, I replied. You showed kindness when I needed it. She sent a smile. That matters, she wrote. It did. Lily tried again. I'm sorry, she said. I finally understand. I stared at the words. Understanding came late, I said to myself. I didn't send it. Forgiveness didn't need conversation. It needed distance. Daniel visited before I left town. Any regrets? He asked. Only staying silent too long, I said. You spoke when it counted, he replied. I chose peace, I said. That's strength, he answered. On the road, I thought about love. Love needs honesty, I said. Trust needs courage. I had given both. I wouldn't apologize for that. Scars stay, I told myself. They just stopped bleeding. My phone stayed quiet. I liked it that way. I checked into a small place near work. Fresh start, I said aloud. I unpacked slowly. No ghosts here, I added. Daniel called one last time. You okay? I'm steady, I said. That's better than happy, he replied. It is, I agreed. I sat by the window and watched the city breathe. Forgiveness isn't reunion, I said. It's release. I felt lighter saying it. I wasn't running, I was choosing. I deleted old drafts and closed old doors. Thank you for the lesson, I whispered to the past. You don't get my future. When night came, I lay down without fear. I know my worth, I said. I protect it now. Sleep arrived easily. I didn't dream of explanations or apologies. I dreamed of mornings. Before sleep took me fully, I sent one message to Daniel. "I'm home," he replied. "Wherever you are," I smiled. "Exactly," I said. I breathed once more and let go. No anger, no longing, just quiet confidence. I walked away without looking back, carrying only what mattered, and leaving the rest where it belonged, behind me, finished, released, and finally at peace with myself and the road ahead. Morning light filled my new apartment. Coffee? I asked myself. Yes, I answered. I sat at the small table and breathed. No alarms, no fear. My phone buzzed. Daniel wrote, "You alive?" "Very," I replied. "Peace suits you," he said. "I chose it," I typed. At work, my manager said, "You're calm under pressure." "I remember who I am," I replied. She smiled. "That matters." It did. During lunch, a coworker asked, "Ever miss the old city?" "I miss lessons," I said. "Not pain." Walking home, I talked to myself. "You faked forgetting," I said. "Why?" The answer came easily. "To see truth," I laughed softly. "And to remember me." I stopped by the window and watched people pass. "I didn't win by ruining anyone," I said. "I won by standing." That night, Lily's name appeared once more. "I hope you're happy," she wrote. I stared at it. "I am," I whispered. I didn't reply. Silence was honest. I set the phone down and stretched. "No more explanations," I told the room. Claire sent a short message. "Take care, always," I replied. Kindness stayed. It always did. Daniel called later. "Any regrets now?" "None," I said. "Only gratitude." "For what?" he asked. "For clarity," I replied. I cooked dinner slowly. "You're different," I said to my reflection. "Stronger." I nodded. "Calmer." I remembered the hospital beeps, the pause before a lie, the choice to wait. "That patience saved me," I said. I sat on the couch and spoke clearly. "Forgiveness isn't forgetting," I smiled. "It's remembering without pain." My chest felt light. "I don't need revenge," I said. "I need alignment." Before sleep, I wrote a note to myself. "Protect your peace." I read it twice. "I will," I promised. I turned off the lamp. The quiet didn't scare me anymore. It welcomed me. As I closed my eyes, I felt whole. Not perfect, honest. "I remember who I am now," I said. The words stayed. Tomorrow waited, gentle and open. I chose it. I woke early and smiled. "Still calm?" I asked. "Yes," I answered. I stretched and said, "Consistency builds peace." At breakfast, I planned my day. Train, work, rest, I listed. "Simple wins," a neighbor said. "You're new." "I am," I replied. "Welcome," she said. "Thank you," I answered. The small exchange felt big. This is life, I told myself. Uncomplicated. Later, Daniel texted, "Proud." "Me too," I replied. "That's growth," he said. "Agreed," I typed. I closed the chat. No anchors, I reminded myself. I walked by the river and spoke softly. "I survived betrayal," I nodded. "I survived myself." The water moved on. "So will I," I said. At night, I journaled one line. "Choose peace daily," I underlined it. "Daily," I repeated. I lay down, breathing slow. "I'm not running," I said. "I'm arriving. If the past knocks," I added, "I won't answer." I smiled. I already did. The room stayed quiet. I stayed whole. I whispered thanks and closed my eyes again. "This is enough," I said. Morning would come. I would meet it steady, honest, and kind. That was the victory I chose, and it finally felt permanent. I breathed once more, smiled, and slept, knowing tomorrow would recognize me, because I finally recognized myself without fear. That peace stayed. It stayed with me. Always. From now on. That is enough. Here.